Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to MCU Park, Brooklyn, New York. This is Field of Honor, our debut here. My name is Joe Dombrowski, filling in for Kevin Kelly. He is Steve Carino, dressed for the occasion. Tonight, it's 3 titles, a huge 4-way main event, and we kick it all off inside 15 feet of steel.
My name's Duke, and Matt Taven on the way. It's time for redemption right here in Brooklyn.
Introducing first, the challenger. Resident of Boston, Massachusetts, weighing 212 pounds, Matt Taven!
It was Matt Taven's request that this steel cage matchup be the opening bout here tonight at Field of Honor after months and months of waiting for an opportunity to get Jay Lethal one-on-one. Taven has that chance, and Steve, if Taven is successful, not only will he win the television championship, but he'll get something he wants just as much, if not more, Truth Martini one-on-one in the cage.
You're right, and here he comes, the 2-time ROH World Television Champion, Jay Lethal, who is on a roll.
His opponent, being accompanied by Truth Martini and Silesia, wrestling out
Everything you want and everything you stand for, Taven. Kiss it all goodbye.
He's representing the House of Truth, and he's the Ring of Honor World Television Champion, Jay Lethal.
The stakes are also big for the reigning and defending Ring of Honor World Television Champion, arguably the greatest television champion in ROH history. Jay Lethal, if he is successful, Matt Taven will not be able to challenge for the television title again as long as Lethal has the gold.
Well, Dombrowski, you said he was the greatest TV champion of all time. I'm gonna have to argue with you. Matt Taven has held it the longest, defended it all the time. And I think more than anything, Taven needs this win, not only to regain the television title, but to get that redemption that he's been so after.
You can almost feel that this is Matt Taven's night. We've seen mind games over the months. We saw Matt Taven don the mask of the romantic touch. We saw Matt Taven fly through the air!
So much for being in the cage.
They're gonna fight all around MCU Park unless we can get this contained. Taven, months of rage building, all coming out here tonight in Brooklyn.
And Dombrowski, this is the opening match. Oh!
This is the home of the Cyclones, and certainly we're gonna see some damage done between Lethal and Taven as Lethal trying to run into the cage. Don't see that often.
Oh!
And you can feel the energy, you can feel the focus of Matt Taven as he has his hands on Truth.
But he wants to be with Truth. Truth apparently has hurt his ankle.
Well, I can't say I feel sorry for him. And now Truth having to deal with his problems while it's Lethal taking control on the outside. And keep in mind, we have to mention Silesia is here at ringside as well.
Now, Joe Dombrowski, let me ask you a question. Has this match officially started yet?
I don't think it can start until both men get in the cage. This is all extracurricular. No way to win out there.
And I have to point out that our Truth Martini very injured inside. Might want to get some medical attention for him.
Well, there'll be some medical attention needed for a lot more than just Truth's ankle if Matt Taven has his way. And Taven wants Lethal outside the ring.
Silesia now jumping on Taven.
No. And she's as tough as anybody in this dressing room. And Silesia tastes the steel.
No.
Slingshot!
Oh!
Silesia sandwiched between Lethal and the cage, and Taven has taken everybody out in the early going.
But once again, I will point out, Truth Martini in the ring, still injured. Is this Taven's chance?
Taven may get Make it his cake and eat it too here. Make it the truth before he even gets to the championship.
You go. Oh, it's time.
And there's no Silesia, there's no Lethal, there's no bribed head of security, Jay Diesel. Nobody to save Truth.
Oh,
Lethal.
once again, Truth Martini escapes.
And it's that Truth Martini distraction, which has been famous throughout this rivalry. Keep in mind, at Best in the World, when Silesia broke the handcuffs off of Truth, they skedaddled out of there, but that distraction to Taven allowed Jay Lethal to win on pay-per-view and retain his championship.
Did you just say skedaddle?
I did.
I respect you now.
Keep in mind, there was a YouTube exclusive matchup between Taven and Diesel. Diesel introduced those handcuffs once again. They cuffed Taven to the ring rope. Lethal said he could have finished Taven then and there, but he wanted to do it tonight in the Steel.
Beautiful snap suplex, but Taven back up.
Oh, Taven's feeling no pain.
What are you saying? Has he been hanging out with BJ Whitmer?
No. I'm saying the adrenaline.
Oh, okay.
Second to none. Taven waiting for this moment for the better part of a year. Taven fired Truth Martini, what was it, some 8-9 months ago now, and Truth Martini never got over it.
Like
the
a
handcuffs,
scorned lover.
the fireball to the face. Truth has tried to completely derail Matt Taven's livelihood, but Taven, credit to him, has responded in kind.
But I have to disagree with you. I would say Taven has become very obsessed.
Can you blame him, though? Taven has the record longest reign as television champion ever, 287 days.
While under the management of Truth Martini. All of a sudden, he loses the championship to Tommaso Ciampa, and it's like Truth's not needed anymore.
Well, I think Truth Martini had overstayed his welcome with Taven. And Lethal eats a shot to the midsection. Taven begins to take over. Wow! Pinpoint precision. Lethal, I believe, was knocked out before he even hit the ground.
I think so too. You can see what looks like maybe snot or spit. He hit him flush in the face.
Both of these men have experience in cage matches, but not quite like this. Not with this kind of emotion, not with these kind of stakes.
And we know the New York State Athletic Commission watching this match very closely. Lots of rules here in New York State.
Absolutely, and I think Taven set out to break every one of them. Lethal hits the steel, and that steel support bar in the middle of the cage. Lethal may have caught some of that as well.
Joe, I've been in a lot of steel cage matches over the last 20 years, man, and that steel cage gives a little bit, but it's very sharp. It'll cut you in a second.
And this is not a multi-million-dollar production value cage. There are steel edges. There are sharp bits of steel that can dig into your skin and flash as you connect with it. These men are going to be seriously hurt, regardless if they win or lose.
This is what a steel cage is supposed to be like, man.
Exactly.
It's not supposed to be all pretty and blue.
Not in the least. Nothing pretty about this at all. And Taven! My God. Lethal, who calls himself the first-generation wrestler, did not need the expertise or the financial backing of a prior generation. And Lethal with the cover. Truth is behind us.
And he's running the bases.
Yeah, a bit of a premature victory lap.
Maybe it's a home run shot, you moron. Hope no one tags him out.
Well, if Truth Martini is counting Matt Taven out, as Truth slides into home plate.
That might have been the coolest thing I've ever seen, Joe Dabrowski.
Well, I'll tell you what, if Truth is going to write Matt Taven out, he is mistaken. He should know Taven better than that. Taven, you can almost feel like this is his destiny. His one chance to right a lot of wrongs.
They're going up to where the air is dangerous.
Oh, yeah.
Oh!
And not only is there steel, but gravity is your enemy when you get that high. And you gotta wonder, Steve, what is Taven looking forward to more? The championship or the confrontation with Truth?
I think at this moment, he's thinking about Truth Martini. maybe the TV title isn't as important, which I mean, it's always going to be important for him.
And that could be a detraction when you're caught inside there with Lethal, who, regardless of your personal opinion, is one of the best.
Oh, I always said he was a good wrestler. I just don't like his dad.
All right, don't get into the family issues now. Taven!
Wow, Brad Armstrong leg sweep all the way from the top.
And the landing, quite obviously, hurt Taven almost as much as it did Lethal. I noticed referee Todd Sinclair, no obligatory 10 count. There's no countouts here in this cage match.
And you got to give it up for Lethal. He's had a busy schedule promoting this show. You know, he's been on the radio, Busted Open Radio on XM Sirius.
As any champion would, a lot of media appearances, a lot of promotional appearances.
I was just putting him over for you. You don't have to be a turd.
I was adding to your point.
When's Kevin Kelly coming back?
Stop it. Taven to his feet, but it's Lethal who gets the first shot off. Lethal has beaten the best. He has beaten Kurt Angle. He has beaten Ric Flair.
And Steve Corino.
But he has yet to figure out Matt Taven in a purely one-on-one environment.
Oh, that's so wrong. And I'm not a big Jay Lethal fan in the least. But come on, he's always turned back the challenges of Matt Taven.
Well, look at the asterisk. Look at the...
Look at your asterisk. It's really big right now.
Taven.
Oh,
up with the Enziguri.
Lethal tried to block too.
Lethal out on his feet. And Lethal dropped on his head. There's a cover too. New champion, no.
Just a 2 count. And once again, let me say, this is just the opening match here at Field of Honor.
Yeah.
So excited. The four-way, Elgin, Styles, Briscoe, and Cole. Give me a prediction, pal. Adam Cole, right? Adam Cole regains the World Championship here in New York.
Well, I like the chances of AJ Styles. The fact he's the IWGP champion could make history. Capture both championships by the end of the night. Lethal combination.
He's got the cover.
Hook of the leg. 2 and an air foul. Lethal, the only 2-time television champion. If you add the length of those 2 reigns, I believe he is currently at 364 days combined. Lethal could cumulatively reach a year with a victory tonight.
Did you just make that up?
No, I didn't make
you
that up.
You added that today, didn't you? Did you get a format?
You got to do your research, Steve.
Well, I didn't get a format.
You weren't in the meeting.
I was playing baseball all day.
I can tell. And it may be time to hail to the king, Steve.
I don't do the elbow off the top.
Oh, Taven.
Oh.
Not going to wait around to see.
It's always interesting to see that once we get to, you know, upstate New Jersey, the New York area, where the fans still like Jay Lethal, even after he's sold out to the House of Truth.
Well, look at this.
Wow.
Big breaker from the top. Taven sacrificing everything but coming up big.
But it hurt him too.
Will he have the championship? No.
Oh, and he did hook the leg, Dombrowski. Even in a cage match, no matter how high impact the move is, you must hook that leg, especially against a wrestler the caliber of Jay Lethal.
Last time we saw these men in an officially sanctioned matchup, it was Lethal eliminating Taven from that golden gauntlet recently on television. Thanks in part to a distraction from Jay Diesel, who thankfully has not factored in yet.
Whoa, relax. I wasn't on commentary that week because I was preparing for my match against Kevin Steen.
What does that have to do with anything?
Or whatever. Well, you kind of were accusatory towards me. Like I had something to do with it.
I was not. There's a cover in Lethal.
You don't know me.
You can see Truth Martini on the outside, much more concerned now, hanging his head because he knows a very real potential fate that could be placed upon him. As Lethal signals for the lethal injection.
Here it goes. Oh no, right into the cage.
And you got to wonder if bouncing off the cage may have hurt Lethal's momentum on the lethal injection.
It might have slowed him up just a little bit.
Nowhere to go but
and he just crumbles. Lethal just hanging there. The cage actually keeping him up.
Nowhere for Lethal to go.
Oh!
And it's all Taven.
And it looks like he caught him in the ear.
Lethal isn't handcuffed, but he's certainly trapped. Reminiscent of that assault on Taven in Philadelphia.
5, 6, it's like a super kick party! Where the hell are the Young Bucks when you need them? Oh, stop it!
An explosion of emotion, nearly a year in the making.
9 super kicks in a row. Somewhere the Jackson brothers are going crazy.
Matt Taven gonna make Field of Honor his night, his moment, his championship glory. There's Silesia. Silesia promised she could get into the cage.
Oh, she just took out Colucci. She just took out Colucci.
Goodbye, Silesia.
Goodbye, Colucci.
No one to help Lethal. Lethal injection.
We got him.
Lethal injection. Again, the distraction. Lethal capitalizes. Will this do it? No.
Just the 2. I don't know how he kicked out.
My God, the spirit of Matt Taven. This is must-see TV if I've ever seen it from Matt Taven.
Whoa, Lethal better watch out.
Oh,
You don't want him to get DQ'd.
In Lethal's mind, that was it. Lethal thought there was no way, but
Wait.
Taven defies the odds. Wait a second.
Jay Diesel's back.
Oh, no. Jeez. Diesel distracting the head of security of ROH who took a bribe.
Secret Service Jay Diesel.
At best in the world, has been on the take ever since. I believe he's been fired from a security job.
He needs Veda Scott. I got fired once.
There's no Gino
Wow.
Colucci because Silesia got taken out earlier on top of Colucci, and there's nobody to stop Jay Diesel.
Oh, he's a big dude. Well, a Jay Lethal super kick will do it.
Karma comes back to bite Diesel.
Lethal combination. He's got to get him.
Taven using Lethal's own move.
He's wasting time, though. He's got to get up there.
Oh, Taven.
Is he going up?
One more kill shot.
In 1982, I saw Jimmy Superfly Snuka do this to Bob Backlund, but he had missed.
15 feet.
Oh,
my God.
it's over.
We have a new champion in Brooklyn.
No!
Are you kidding me? Damn you, Truth Martini. That was Taven's moment. That was supposed to be Taven's moment. Get Truth out of here. No. Oh, no, the door.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. The door. The championship. No. No.
What? No.
Are you serious? Winner of the match, and still Ring of Honor World Television Champion, Jay Lethal.
Joe, it's not supposed to end like that.
We had a cage. We had the bases covered. But Silesia, Diesel, Truth Martini, still factor in.
I'm stunned.
Steve, you can feel it all day. Matt Taven, the intensity, the anticipation, the emotion. You can feel Taven had it in the bag.
Joe, I would have violated Rule 21 on gambling, and I would have bet my house on Matt Taven today. I think all of Vegas would have bet on Matt Taven. I just can't believe it. Everything that this guy has done.
And I'll give credit to Jay Lethal for surviving.
Absolutely, he is a survivor, and that's why he's the best wrestler on TV, and maybe the smartest too.
Jay Lethal withstood an absolutely relentless onslaught from a very angry, ornery, vengeful, very talented athlete who is Jay Lethal's equal any day of the week. But that man, the first generation wrestler, Jay Lethal, leaves with title intact, his head held high. And Steve, Matt Taven, this is it. The stipulation, Taven cannot challenge for the television title again as long as Jay Lethal reigns atop the division as champion.
And that could be a long time. You talked about it. He was in his 364 cumulative day. But man, this guy's been on a roll since joining up with Truth Martini.
Absolutely.
I don't see anybody beating him anytime soon.
And there's certainly a deep line of contenders looking for Jay Lethal, but none of them have put a significant dent in that reign of dominance thus far.
I gotta think though, Joe, where does Matt Taven go from here?
I think it's a very good question.
Disappointment has to be running through his body. And when an athlete loses a match that he knows he should have won.
I think Matt Taven is asking himself those questions right now.
Yeah.
Taven was supposed to prove he didn't need Truth Martini. Supposed to prove he was a better man, a bigger man without him. And Matt Taven.
Could this be the end of Matt Taven? No.